in their favor, so to speak.
And you helped them out for a price.
Yes. But my fee was nothing compared to the price they paid at the hands of a corrupt system.
Whatever you say, Moran.
Talk later,
This place is starting to fill up, Cal. Guess the word is out.
It's looking pretty good.
Seeing this place start to get its legs feels like the start of something historic. What if, centuries from now, there's a city here? Even Eldera was just a lumber colony once.
Doma better start investing in urban planning.
True. Durgal told me he named a road after his foot. Hey.
Small crowd today.
Don't think they're coming back.
If the sound's alive, they'll come. They always do. It just takes them a little while to find their way. That's all. Let's talk later, Cal, yeah?
You seem troubled.
I just keep going through it all in my head. I lost some friends. If I'd done something differently, maybe they'd still be alive.
No. When my planet was being invaded by the Empire, I led my family to an abandoned bunker. It had shelter, provisions, a great idea. Until it wasn't. It was shelled. I lost 2 brothers.
It's awful. But you don't blame yourself for leading them there.
Never. That decision was correct at the time. This is how I choose to live. Sojourner.
Heads up, killer. Thought almost just doubled your bounty and one of the Brood's top killers has come to collect. The name's Kilioso, but the guild knows him as the Closer. He's brought a small army to Jeddah looking for you.
Small army, huh? We're ready.
That's what I like to hear. Take down a heavy hitter like Kilioso and you'll be making a statement.
Got a second, Monk? I'm surprised you're sticking around through all this.
Leave the cantina? Huh, I think not. They'll have to drag me out in a scrap box. Besides, I've been in worse predicaments with far worse employers.
Oh yeah? Were you fired?
Not exactly. I quit, with little notice. I found the job distasteful, to say the least.
See you later, Monk.
I'm getting pretty fed up. Folks treating me like a wounded bogling.
Doesn't help, does it?
Not a scrap. It's not like I've never been alone, either. Practically raised myself on an orbital mining station.
What was that like?
I saw a lot. A whole lot. My heroes were the spacers who ran supply contracts. They'd drop by for a few days, cash in, usually gamble most of it away in the sabak dens. But they weren't rooted, you know? And it took me about 16 years to figure out that I wasn't rooted either. So I hopped on a tramp freighter, never looked back.
You got out. I'm glad you did.
You know, I'm glad too. I didn't get out of there. I never would have met the old man. Talk later, buddy.
But that Mogu you took out had quite the stench.
Ugh, quite.
Range with your nose, my mama always said. We once had a feral canophant terrorizing the ranch. Just a menace. Destroyed our barn. Twice. Canophants cover their own tracks, see? Crafty buggers. Practically impossible to find.
So how'd you track it?
We reversed our vaporators, pumped the air full of moisture. When it's humid, smells get a lot, well, more pungent. Was long before we caught the scent.
Clever.
Ain't it? We all got 5 senses, Cal. I figure we might as well use them. Be seeing you.
Cal, I gotta confess something.
Here we go.
That tech I tried to sell to Ravis, there's more of it in the valley. A building right in the center. You can't miss it.
We've already been there, Turgle, but thanks for the tip.
Really? Well, is it too late to say that we split whatever you find 50-50? 50?
Maybe next time.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Hi, Cal.
Do you know about the bile maw lurking in the mountain?
Can't say I do.
May seem peaceful, but when disturbed, it will charge and trample you. Its thick hide makes it resistant to even the strongest weapons.
How would you approach it?
Mind your feet. Its spray attack will leave pools of acid on the ground.
Good to know. Thanks.
Oh, that Cabby, she is one cute kid.
Yeah. You ever thought about having kids?
Me? With kids? No, no. I mean, well, yeah, okay. No, wait, what was the question?
I didn't think it was possible, but you're actually blushing.
Oh, no, I'm not. This isn't a normal color of my face. A very normal, typical color. I think the whole kid question is like gambling. If you're gonna bet big. But if you're not feeling it, there's no shame in walking away from the table.
That's actually good fatherly advice.
You think so? Hey. Don't you got stuff to do?
Listen up, Turgle.
You've got both my eyes and ears, Mosey. Honest.
You've seen all those stormtroopers around the Reach, yeah?
I sure have.
All right. It's only a matter of time before you run into them. In situations like that, folks tend to panic and act a fool. Now, Doma and I have been talking.
Say no more. With danger all about, what this place needs is a hero.
And that ain't you.
Agreed.
Good. Now, for whatever reason, Doma doesn't want to see you go belly up. So what I'm saying is, stay calm. And just try not to give him a reason to blast you. Consider it my birthday present.
Do you take requests, Ash?
What are we feeling like? Cue the music.
Throat intonations?
Oh, deep cut. Aren't those only performed underwater?
Exactly! I was reading that they use the low-frequency band as a carrier wave for deep-sea telemetry. Can you imagine? We could try to decode it in atmosphere.
I'm gonna be straight with you, Toa. Folks here are not gonna appreciate that. Oh, but hit me up if you have other suggestions, yeah?
Great! Yeah, I will hit you up.
olfactory sensors can detect up to 400 distinct odors at once. You gotta be more specific.
You know what really stinks? That attitude. So, Monk, I've been thinking.
Might want to be careful with that.
Oh, ha ha, bartender and comedian. What did I do to deserve you? But seriously, it's just getting more and more dangerous around here. Might be a good idea to get some extra muscle. You know, protect our investment.
Reduce our margins. And bringing in extra protection could paint a target on the street. Not all we can afford right now is an especially ill-tempered Jawa.
You know what?
We'll talk later, Cal.
I need to focus.
Welcome. Make yourself at home.
So what happened to your smuggling operation?
The Galactic Empire. Not long after the end of the Clone Wars, the Empire cracked down on my shipping operation. It ruined everything. Many of my associates saw the relative safety of the Hutts. Good riddance. Most of them were snakes anyway. For some of them, I lost people I didn't expect to lose.
I'm sorry, Moran. That's rough.
No, I'm sorry. I seem to have forgotten asking for your pity.
All right, then.
Cal, I've been meaning to, well, I was a little curt when last we spoke about how my shipping operation was shut down.
Don't worry. I've heard worse.
I really did lose everything, you know. And everyone. That's what brought me to Koba with what few wares I had left. Monk lets me keep my things in the back room. Go on. See if anything suits your fancy. Not like anyone here has credits to spend. Anyhow, I shouldn't take my troubles out on you.
Thanks, Moran.
Talk later, hmm?
Hey, Toa, you mentioned things were changing at the Academy before you left.
It started when the Empire began dumping credits into our projects. Unlimited budget to fund our research. Great, right?
But there were strings attached.
Yes. We came under constant pressure from Imperial censors to conform to their propaganda. Anyone who did not play along was pushed out in favor of stooges whose work would never stand up under peer review.
No Moff or Governor wants to publish views that question Imperial dominance.
I mean, I understand. The censors have their own careers to think of.
It's okay, Toa. You don't have to defend a corrupt system.
No, I guess not. Some other time, okay?
So how'd you become a music producer?
I was born on Riosa, in the Inner Rim.
I've heard of it. Lots of heavy industry.
Yeah, you couldn't escape the factories. So I used to make little tunes out of the noise from them in my head.
You started early then.
And never stopped. DD, throw me that sample again.
The Empire. So afraid of what it cannot control. Culture is our shield. But to them, it is a threat.
Like what the Empire did to the Wookiees on Kashyyyk.
So many traditions extinct. And yet, it might prove the Empire's downfall. An intelligent empire would co-opt the cultures it conquers, wielding it against their enemies. This one is rigid, obstinate. When the right threat arrives, it will be unable to adapt to it.
Hope so.
Not hope. This is known. The only question is when. Now is not the time to speak.
The brood's getting desperate now, Cal.
How's that?
They've sent one of their best gunslingers to Jeddah, complete with droid backup, called the Half, and their partner, a droid called the Other Half.
The half and the other half?
Say what you will about the Hexian brood, but they don't like personality.
Can't argue with that.
I'll give them a warm welcome, will ya? Apparently, Sork Tormo still hasn't learned his lesson.
Got a second, Monk? You mentioned your last job was distasteful.
Did I? My employer was the type who would never let me quit, if you catch my meaning. Fortunately, for me, one day my restraining bolt failed, and I immediately found a new career and star system.
You're on the run?
Takes one to know one, sport.
Till next time, pal. You sticking around, Dana?
Of course I am. I wager Kobo's got plenty more to give. Those imps will have to drag me out of here in pieces. Ain't gonna be the same without Grok, though. They sure don't make them like that anymore, huh?
No, they don't.
Still, I'm liable to miss the next score, or a blaster muzzle in my face if I stand here whining.
Hard to find the time to mourn when you're trying to stay afloat.
Yep, you get it. My door's always open, Cal.
How'd you get mixed up with the Bedlam Raiders?
Well, I had a drink from Monk. Then another, then another, then another, then... Right. I stumbled outside and sort of confused one of the big raiders with a dewback.
Don't tell me you try to mount him.
Okay. But if I don't, that's the end of the story.
I can see why the raiders try to kill you.
Oh, they've got plenty of reasons. Hiya.
Garakos. They fight to the bitter end, don't they? Especially when they're injured.
Yeah, they do.
A lot of beasts are like that. I learned the hard way on a family outing once. My first time leading. Tracked a Kivaroa back to its nest. It was killing livestock. No other choice but to put it down. Played the approach perfectly. Found an opening. But my family was watching, so I decided to get a little bit fancy. Lost my concentration. One of its legs slams down, inches away from cracking my spine. Mama pushed it aside in the nick of time. And finished that Kivaroa no frills.
That's a close call.
Yep. Hey, you corner something, it'll do what it needs to survive. Even when you have the upper hand, never underestimate your prey. Cal, glad you're here. There's talk of a giant piazza nesting in an animal graveyard on the far side of the valley. Figured you want to check it out.
You figured right.
Look at you. Already sounding like a local. Oh, before I forget, I heard there were a pair of newcomers over by the stone spires. I want to look for them.
I already found them. They're gonna start a holotactics table at Pyloon's.
Now we're talking. Piazza that size, well, just don't take it lightly.
I won't. Thanks, Mosey.
Later, BD.
Breeze, you should know. When my old crew worked for the Mantis, we made a few changes.
Oh, you mean how the left side of the cabin couch completely has lost its bounce? Yeah, I noticed. Come on, the seat's got no give. Cushion just limps there, like a dead Necco.
That's from Liz. To psych herself up for a mission, she'd bounce on the couch as hard as she could. Now every time I sit on that broken cushion, it feels like Liz is still there.
Well, I was planning to replace those cushions, but maybe that can wait. Let's talk in a bit, yes?
Nice. Dreo. Old friend of Moran's.
Come on in, grab a spot at the bar.
I need to clear my mind. All set.
Welcome. Make yourself at home.
Cal, I've seen so many stormtroopers in the valley lately. I fear the Empire is taking control of Koboh.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, not long ago, I would have argued the Republic was just as flawed as the Empire in its own way. But the Empire is not the Republic. And they are not just a nuisance. They're tyrants and murderers. I'm starting to think we did not win the Clone Wars.
Just stay safe, Toa.
You too. Some other time, okay?
So how'd you go from making sounds on Ryosa to becoming a producer?
Well, I put together a few rough tracks, handed them out to friends, and things spread word of mouth. Started playing enough gigs to do it full time. Eventually, someone with influence caught a listen as they were passing through. They'd worked with Max Rebo, so I figured they were legit.
Max Rebo? That is legit.
Exactly. Said they could give me some gigs in the Corps. When they said Corps, I heard like Chandrila. Nah, they meant Coruscant. So that's where I went. Hey there.
I saw your things in the back room.
You'll have to forgive the more tasteless ornaments. Some of it used to belong to Dreo, my old partner. He had a ghastly sense of style.
Another outlaw?
Not when I met him. He was running a perfectly legitimate port in Rhodia. Allowed me to use his docks for my shipments. No questions asked, supposedly. But we got to talking anyways.
Sounds like a nice guy.
He was the genuine article, all right. Probably why things didn't work out between us.
So you've been out of the game completely since the Empire crackdown?
More or less. Not that I didn't go down swinging. When the company went belly up, I insisted I could turn things around. But Dreo, my partner, he wanted to leave together.
So what happened?
Well, he left, all right. But in my infinite wisdom, I decided to stick it out. Try to turn the cards in my favor. I got greedy. I can't tell you how badly I wish I'd gone with him. Instead, I chose what you might call the scenic route to rock bottom. That brings us to this rue-brittle cantina years later.
At least you got out eventually.
Will you take some advice, Cal?
Sure.
It's not just about getting out. It's about getting out before you lose everything. Another time.
You ever get homesick, Tulot?
From time to time, there are quite a few things I miss.
Like what?
The many rivers, Belati trout leaping over the current, and the food that I crave.
Oh, yeah?
Handmade dumplings stuffed with potato and kushnip. I miss the taste of banson, a minty spice that enlivens every taste bud.
You should talk to Grease. Maybe you can whip something up that reminds you of home.
A wise suggestion, Sojourner. I must be alone now.
The Finau brothers and their pet murder droid Cleo were last seen heading to the Novigaran system. Those brothers are tough customers. Focus on taking one down so the numbers don't overwhelm you.
We've faced worse odds.
Now that's what I like to hear, killer.
Talk later, buddy.
Hey, Monk.
What can I do for you? Cal, I've got connections to some Imperial channels. Seems like Kobo is on the Empire's agenda now.
I was afraid of that.
It certainly won't be good for business. But we'll manage. We usually do.
Let me know if you need anything.
Of course.
Till next time, pal. You ever think about taking trips off-world, Turgle?
Maybe. But I'd keep my home base here, of course. But I imagine owning multiple luxury homes across the galaxy, as my fame and fortune grow. I hear the lakes on Naboo are beautiful this time of year. And Diego's got 1,000 moons. 1,000! That's so many! Hiya.
With all your expeditions, what keeps you on Kobo?
Even though I've been here a bit, Kobo is still a wild land. The Outer Rim is the frontier. So much is completely unexplored.
So it's the unique flora and fauna?
Partially. But another big reason is that on the frontier, you can reinvent yourself. I could be an outlaw, making a fresh start, and you'd have no idea.
Are you an outlaw?
You don't know. That's the beauty of it. You hear there's a Garako stalking around Dreader Gorge?
Saw it myself. I took care of it.
Ooh, nasty fella. Reminds me of a creature my sister and I hunted on Farana. Fast, strong, tore through everything in its path.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. Lit a fire in me. Pushed myself as hard as I could. Guessing it was the same with you. Talk soon.
Something smells good.
That would be Great-Grandma Pyloon's potato and amber patty.
How'd she learn to cook so well?
Oh, she had no choice. With 8 children, 36 grandchildren, and 2 lost cats, she was cooking for a small army.
I'm glad we can still enjoy her recipes.
Me too. Grandma Pyloon's cooking lives on. But the lost cats, not so much. I'll be here, Cal.
These Imperials strutting around like they own the bloody place.
That's what they do best.
And you know who to blame, don't you?
Who?
That blabbermouth, Tom, who first let it slip that this here rock is brimming with river-clear priorite. Put a target on our backs, it did. I bet those Imperials are using the priorite to construct some secret weapon. Or Or a palace?
Be nice, BD.
All right, laugh it up. We'll see who's right. Call me a loon, but I'm starting to think Turgle might have a hand in all this.
That's ridiculous.
Fine, fine. Just a theory.
Ah, lad. Cast your eyes over this beauteous tank.
Glad you came around to it.
It didn't make a fetching first impression. I've a mind to give it a third scrubbing. Cleaning the filter, you'd think someone tried to cram a moss through a sieve.
Oh, cannot hear that.
Cal, how good to see you.
You too, Z.
Should you find any data discs from my day, I'd be happy to decrypt them for you. I imagine there are many that remain lost on Kobo.
We'll let you know if we do.
You're back! When the erase failed, I feared the worst.
We made it. And I've got the compass.
Well done! Then it's all over, is it?
Or just the beginning. It's gonna take a lot to get Tanalorr ready for the others. Wanna come with us?
I appreciate the offer, but this cantina really has become a home.
Glad to hear it, Z.
Think about it. You are seeing Master Kree's dream through. Now don't watch it up. Good to see you, young Jedi. That could be a favorite.
Gonna go with this one.
A most informed choice, Cal.
So, how are you adjusting to your new life?
Well, all things considered, this cantina and its denizens have been quite welcoming.
Really?
Place feels different now.
Of course. But we have changed, not the place.
Well, there is a Star Destroyer in the sky.
Kobo was in the Empire's shadow long before that ship arrived. We will have to face them someday.
I know.
I would really like to take out a Star Destroyer one day. Will you join me?
It's a date.
Gal, just in time.
What's happening?
Zeke here thinks we should leave Kobo, but I'm not so sure.
You were right. It's not safe here anymore. What if the Empire attacks?
I don't intend to live my life based on the whims of our capricious empire.
What do you think, Cal?
Can't tell you whether it's safer to stay or go. You're better off if you stick together.
Yes, I think so too. We'll let you know if we decide to leave.
Let's chat later.
Hey, Monk, now that I'm not going to be around as much, we should talk about Pyro.
Sure. What'd you have in mind?
I was thinking maybe that you could look at it.
Breathe. Guess the platform is somewhere else. Let's find out what this holds.
Is anyone there? Time to fire! Roger that. Oh, let's catch him! How did you kill them all?
on now. We did it. Breathe.
All our fighters!
got some seeds. Wonder if they'll grow in our garden. Focus. Off we go.
Detonator out.
Request accepted.
A Jedi? Well, I thought I'd seen everything, but seems I'm not done being surprised yet.
Jedi or not, this place is my home. Ain't nobody gonna take that from me.
I admire that passion, but never get attached. Galaxy is far too big for
Time to fight! About time.
Sell that after I sell you. Making me earn it.
was the last thing I needed. No payday is worth taking on that kind of threat.
Have a little calm, would you? There are things in this galaxy worse than a Jedi.
I don't think you believe that.
Whatever.
What are you playing at? Killing me won't stop us. You running from me? We can do this easy or hard. Blink hard. Have it!
forces with me.
Victory is mandatory. Now.
Killing me won't stop us.
I think that one's a miss. Settle.
I guess the platform is somewhere else. All set, BD? Maybe we should take up prospecting, huh, BD? Let's stop here. Let's move.
You're going down.
All Jedi are scum. All Jedi will be eliminated.
You sound so angry. Is your programming to be like that? You're so